hear this truth from me, the light at the tunnel, like I always said. You see, for the past couple of days, it has been Hassan Ayariga. The other time I was addressing him as Honorable Dr. Hassan Ayariga, and someone told me to stop that doctor thing, that GTech has called him to, come and prove his doctorship. So I've forgotten that doctorate part of his name. But please, Ghanaians, Africans, let us take out at least 20 minutes and listen to what I'm about to say now. Okay? Yeah, first of all, I will say this to you Ghanaians, all right, that it is a shame. In fact, it is an insult, okay, that some Ghanaians have been recruited by Mr. Hassan Ayariga, to fuel hate against other Africans, precisely Nigerians. As a matter of fact, Nigeria gained its independence from the help of the late Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah. As a matter of fact, many African countries, after Ghana gained independence, cannot write off Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Africa entirely cannot write off the good dealings of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this to remind some of you young Ghanaians who doesn't really try to spend time in learning history or in finding out what went on or what happened or what went wrong at any point in time. Ghana is a gateway to Africa today, not because of the gold, not because of the cocoa, but because of the patriotic leadership of the heroes past. Something happened that led to the saying, Yinara Assassini, which is also in the Ghana anthem. Okay? Ghana has put in a lot of things for the betterment of Ghana. And the world at large cannot deny this. I'm heading somewhere. Pay attention. Now, sacrifices has been made by Ghana for the betterment of Ghana and for the betterment of Africa. West Africa, to be precise, but Africa at large. You see, it is a shame that you as a young Ghanaian, vibrant Ghanaian, you allow yourself to be recruited by Mr. Hassan Ayariga to cause xenophobia or to stir xenophobia against fellow Africans, judging what Ghana stands for. Listen, there are lots of investors in Ghana today because of the peace Ghana enjoys and because of the things Ghana has added to the liberation of Africa. It will be a shame that some of you Ghanaians, will make yourself available to be used or to be manipulated by someone like Hassan Ayariga, who has failed in almost everything he has ever stand for, to be against Ghana and to work against Ghana. You might be asking yourself, how am I working against Ghana? We are Ghana youth. We stand for the growth of Ghana. Listen, Hassan Ayariga has nothing good to offer Ghana. I'm telling you this. You see, before Hassan went to form the APC, there was this other party. Let me. I think I wrote that down somewhere. That was this other party that he was in. He also left that party for a reason, and I know that most of you know. It's called the People's National Convention (PNC). During the primaries in 2016. Ayariga lost to Edward Mahama, if you guys will remember, who had also beaten him to become the presidential candidate in 2012, if you all can also remember. You know, when the Electoral Commission did due diligence, okay, Ayariga, Hassan, to be particular, so that you all will not be thinking I'm talking about the other Ayariga who is seriously working for Ghana. You know, Ayariga also saw a fault in it, okay, and he alleged that he was an electoral misconduct. Why I'm saying this is to make you understand the kind of human being Ayariga is, Hassan Ayariga is. Okay, nothing is always good unless he is the one doing it. This is not a man Ghanaians should take serious. This is a man who is going to make all the hard works of the heroes past of Ghana go into the mud. And some of you youth Ghanaians are rallying behind him. Shame on all of you. You see, one day, I'm coming back to Ayariga stuff. I'm still on Ayariga, but I'm coming back to the details I just gave you now. You see, one day, I met this guy, you know, and I asked him, but Charlie, why is it that you don't like Nigerians? He said, oh, it's not anything, no, Babi, I can hear what people are saying about Nigerians. I'm like, it's not because you've experienced anything. He said, oh, nah, oh, Charlie, I'll be that one there. Me and my Nigerian guys, we boys. I say, yeah, but why do you hate Nigerians? He said, oh, he doesn't hate Nigerians, though. But it's just that someone told him that Nigerians are bad. You know, when you go to Nigeria, they don't treat you well. You know, they don't welcome foreigners. I'm like, have you been to Nigeria before? He said, oh, nah, he hasn't been to Nigeria. I said, the one that told you this, has he been to Nigeria before? He said, oh, nah, the person hasn't been to Nigeria before. I'm like, what is going on? So you are harboring hate from what you heard without even finding out if it is true or not true. What level of unintelligence will make a man behave in a such manner? You heard something, you didn't verify if it is true or if it's not true. You pick it up. You see, one day I asked this young lady, beautiful young lady, Nanama, I said, but you, why do you have issues with Nigeria? I said, because of what her grandma told her. No, what her mom told her. I said, what did your mom tell you? You say, Nigerians there, once you go to Nigeria, you know, they'll take you to some cannabis and they'll cut you and use you for meat. I'm like, hey, serious? He said, yes. She said, yes. I said, has your mom been to Nigeria before? He said, no, her mom hasn't been to Nigeria. I said, then how did your mom know? So probably she also told me her grandma told her. So you see, it has been lies upon lies upon lies, you know, that people have been, it's not like a generational thing. They pass it upon generation. And no generation bothers to figure out if these things are true or if they are not true. And now you two that is supposed to be a smart Ghanaian, an intelligent Ghanaian, a 21st century Ghanaian that should make research to find out if things are true or not. You haven't done that too. You're also carrying on these lies that other people are carrying on. Even most of you watching me now, if I ask you what is one thing that a Nigerian or Nigerians have done to you, you have none. Oh, but because, yeah, my neighbors are saying Nigerians are bad, Nigerians are good, you have also joined them. You see, I have thousands of friends, families that are in Nigeria. They are even doing amazingly well than they were even doing here in Ghana before they traveled. Even some of them are some of your favorite, you know, influencers. I'm not even talking about celebrities. Some of your favorite influencers. They're in Nigeria. You get it? But then you just sit behind your computer and they feed you lies and you accept it and you grow, you nurture hate in your heart over and against your fellow black man, forgetting all the struggling that Osagyefo did. Now back to Ayariga. May I remind you that this same Ayariga came out 5 years ago in 2020 and said that when he becomes president, he's going to be working with Sakawa boys.
The future of this country. I, Hassan Ayariga, I will change your life. I will make you become the engine of growth of this country. Whether you are or not, I am going to work with all the Takawa boys to take Ghana. Come on! The Takawa boys in Ghana have the best brains.
And this is also the same Ayariga who is alleging, okay, he's not even alleging, he's saying it. I think they have sued him to court, so let him go and provide his evidence. Is this same Ayariga that is saying that the Igbo king is into fraud, that he's into Sakawa? But it's the same you, Ayariga, that have told Ghanaians that you will use the fraud boys to build Ghana. Ayariga, what is wrong with you? Like, what do you stand to gain? And what drives me crazy the most is that you claim that you have Ghana at heart, but you don't. Everything shows you don't have Ghana at heart. The other day, you were saying that the Ghanaian police are corrupt, that the soldiers are not doing anything, that the immigration, they are corrupt. The same you came back on your video on the other day that you did on TikTok, that you were talking like someone who wants to cry. Because now is coming to over you. You were talking cho. Now it's coming to over you. You're not becoming emotional, and you are now doing what we call gaslighting, isn't it? Now you're making it look as if some police people, they have called me. They're in support of what I'm doing. My brother, keep quiet. Nobody is in support of that foolishness you're doing. Nobody. It's just people who doesn't understand what is going on. People that you've been able to manipulate. They are the ones who is in support of what you are doing. There is no well-meaning Ghanaian that means well for Ghana that will support what you're doing. I'm telling you for free. No well-meaning Ghanaian will support what you're doing. Do you know what you're doing? You're trying to put all the hard works of the heroes past of Ghana. You want to drag all the hard work they have done into the mud. That is what you want to do, Hassan Ayariga. And you shouldn't be taken serious. Hassan Ayariga, there's an African adage that says that being colorful is always a taboo, unless if it is a python. Being colorful is always a taboo, unless if it is the python. The other time, Chida, remember, Chida just came out for the first time for presidency. He won you. You know that Chida won you, right? He won. He became third. I think so, yeah. But you had 0.00 something. That should send you a strong message that nobody wants this madness that you're spreading all over. We don't want to build Africa with hate. A Ghanaian cannot love a Nigerian or live with a Nigerian. A Liberian cannot live with a Sierra Leonean. That is not the Africa we want. Hassan Ayariga, you should not be taken serious. Hassan, you listen. Chida, okay? He came and he said he wanted to dredge the sea from Tema to Kumasi. You found fault in that. You always finding fault in anything anyone does. Of course, being colorful is a taboo, unless if it is python. If it is python that is colorful, there's no problem. It is okay. But if it's any other snake, there is bad. That's the kind of person you are. And any Ghanaian taking you serious should be checked. Should be checked on mentally, psychologically, and even socially. I think some of them should even be quarantined. I'm telling you the fact, because Ayariga, you stand for nothing good to Ghana. I'm wondering where people are thinking. Some people will be making comment, Ghana first, next president. My brother, you can't even be a member of parliament in Ghana with the way you talk. Have you watched a playback of your own videos? Are you proud of yourself? Doesn't any of your children watch your videos? What don't they advise you? Don't they advise you? I mean, if I'm a father, or if my father is doing what you're doing, bro, I'll change my last name. Because I wouldn't want to be attached to even... I can be answering Ayariga because there is a better Ayariga who is also in parliament currently as I'm speaking. I will just take off the Hassan and just pick up the Ayariga since it's a family name, but take off the Hassan completely. So I wouldn't have anything to even do with you. Because you are bound to be disgracing your family at any given opportunity you get. The other day you were in a live, on a TikTok live, TikTok president. And you were talking and say, even your heart, why won't your heart pain you? Your heart will pain you. And if you don't take time, heart attack will kill you. Because the things you're doing is not necessary. Let the hate die. Grow love in your heart. And I tell you, that's when you will see Ghana from the right perspective. And you'll be able to take proper decisions. But I can tell you for free that there's a lot of hate in your heart. And it's not helping. And Ghanaians, You can take me serious. You can also, talk out of the hate you have in your heart. But if I ask you, what have I done to you that will make you hate me? You have no reason. But because Hassan Ayariga is online blabbing. Now, when Cheda said this, Hassan, you came up on national TV, TV3. Okay, let me play this video. Let me play this so that it wouldn't be as if I'm just talking for talking's sake. Let me play this video.
Now, when you sit down and say taking the seat to Kumasi, it's when you sit down and analyze that policy. What does he intend to achieve? He says he wants to
industrialization. At least
no. You cannot feed. Look, roads, common roads, you cannot do in this country. Look at the roads in Accra. You're not talking about building roads in Accra. You're not talking about increasing productivity in Ghana and making us self-sufficient and having food security.
Yeah.
You're thinking about the impossible things that you want to say. Oh, if I do this, it's going to. How many containers go to Kumasi? How many?
Maybe because it's from Accra, they have to now go by road to.
No, I'm asking you how many. Look, how many? I just asked a simple look.
Hassan Ayariga, this is you. You are telling Chida that he hasn't done even common roads, but he wants to dredge the sea to Kumasi. But this guy still won in the presidential election. He won you hands down. Doesn't that teach you something? And you Ghanaians are rallying over this unserious Hassan. What is wrong with you? He's telling you some soldiers are calling him. Listen, the Ghanaian soldiers, the Ghanaian armed forces, they stand behind the constitution of Ghana, not behind what Hassan Ayariga is saying. Hassan Ayariga is saying a lot of things that goes against the constitution of Ghana. If you don't know it now. But some of you don't even do research. You just watch TikTok video. Yeah, it's enough. You start joining him and making noise. Chida warned you, hands down. That's a shame. And you've been in politics since 2000. If it's not even 2010. But Chida came and he warned you. You are telling Chida that even ordinary road, he hasn't done. That even the Odona, he hasn't dredged the Odona. Hassan Ayariga, what is happening in Boko? Where your father was once a minister of parliament. Your own father. So, in other words, there has been power in your corridor. What have you done to bring peace and stability in Boko? But you think you have the mind. You think you have the moral, power to come to national TV and tell Ghanaians how they should live their life. You, Hassan, you. What is happening in Boko? What have you done to solve? You can't solve the crisis going on in your backyard in Boko. But you want to solve the crisis going on in the entire Ghana. Hassan, you're a joker. Sorry if I'm calling you like that, like we know. I don't mean no disrespect, Mr. Hassan. I'm an African. I have respect for elders. You at least, I think you're almost 13, 15 years older than me. So, Hassan, Mr. Hassan, you are a joker. Stop the hate. Plant love. Let the seed of love grow in you. Then you can now start talking for well-meaning Ghanaians to listen to you. But for now, the people that are listening to you are just people like yourself who has failed in almost everything you put your hands in. And you think the frustration, you put it on foreigners. You're not just foreigners, you follow black men, Nigerians. You put it on them. You get it? That is the problem that you're having, Hassan. And I can tell you for free that until you change this mindset, you are not going nowhere. Even assemblyman, you won't even win in Boko. What is the name of your this thing, crowd? You won't even win there. You are telling Chida that he hasn't done common road, he hasn't read the common or Donna. Boku, where you come from? Mr. Ghana baby. Mr. Ghana president. You love Ghana so much. Oh, your love for Ghana. You can die for Ghana. You can lie for Ghana. You can do anything. Start from Boko. Onyoma CY. Start from Boko. Fix Boko issue. Fix insecurity in Boko. Fix all the problems that are going on in Boko. Then you can come out on national TV and Ghanaians will say, indeed, you are the man. And then they will vote for you. But until then, even assemblyman, you won't win. And to Ghanaians who are taking Hassan Ayariga serious, I don't know what to say to you. But the earlier you wake up, the earlier you realize that this man means no good for Ghana. He's the same one who said he's going to build Ghana with, he's going to work with Sakawa boys to build Ghana. But he's fighting this man, Dr. Jude Yenitu, and saying that he's a Sakawa person. But he himself, he is saying, look at it. It's posted on OMG Voice, a verified. Look at it in your screen. A verified Facebook page, 2019-20. That was when he said. He said, "I will transform." You can read it there. I will transform Ghana with Sakawa boys. Nobody who is into Sakawa is stupid. He's encouraging fraud. Listen, Hassan, Mr. Hassan, you don't have the moral right to speak against Nigerians. You don't have the moral standard to speak against Nigerians. And even a Nigerian that is doing something bad, you don't have the moral right to speak against that Nigerian. You know why? Because your morality is zero. You think when Akufo-Addo was in power, he wasn't doing anything. Mahama has come to power too. You're saying they are not doing anything because you just want him to support you in preaching hate. Do you know what people like Kofi Annan, do you know what people like Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah did for Ghana? Do you know what even Akufo-Addo of the Big Six, do you know what all these people did for Ghana? Do you know that Nigeria was a second home for Ghana during the coup? Even you lived in Nigeria. You did your school in Zaria. Nigeria was your home. Nigeria harbored you. Nigeria kept you. Listen, Ghanaians, Ayariga is nothing but a distraction. If you really love Ghana, work with any government in power, work with them and build Ghana. If something is not going right, speak in a language that the government will understand. Listen, you think the government doesn't watch the things you and I will do on social media? They know that we are very unserious. Oh, they know that we are very unserious. They'll be like, but is this the people that we should take? And tomorrow you say that Ghanaians are not getting work. When some of you are being lazy, rattling around Hassan Ayariga, who has his businesses in Germany. Oh, you didn't know he has a house in Germany. You don't know that he lives in Germany. Eh? You don't know he has businesses in Germany. You don't know that. But he's here saying, foreigners, I will put Ghana under lock and key when I become president. I don't know if you're a comedian. Maybe you're a content creator. Because I'm thinking you're a content. Because sometimes when I sit down and listen to the things you say, it makes no sense to me. Because I reason. So it makes absolute no sense to me. So if you know you're a content creator, make it to be obvious that you're a content creator. But until then, you should keep quiet. You don't have the moral stability and the moral standard to speak to Ghanaians, to tell Ghanaians what to do. The shame is only on those gullible Ghanaians. I call them gullible Ghanaians because there is no reasonable Ghanaian. That one you're saying immigration people are calling you, IGPC is calling you, police is calling you, they love what you are just gaslighting. You are a failure. Everything you do, you fail. That's because you're doing it the wrong way. Even if there are Nigerians who are committing crime in Ghana, crime is everywhere. Ghanaians commit crime even in Nigeria. Ghanaians commit crime everywhere. Nigerians, everybody commits crime. Is it Americans? Who doesn't commit crime? So why do you want to nationalize crime in Ghana to Nigeria? The other day I had one boy who was also watching your videos. And I'm like, Charlie, what do you think that the Nigerians are doing that Ghanaians don't do? He said, there's nothing Nigerian. There was never crime in Ghana till Nigerians came. I'm like, who told you? I say, yeah, that Honorable Hassan Ayariga said it. So Hassan, you're a bad influence to Ghanaians. You're breeding hate in the heart of Ghanaians. And you should be shut down while there is still time before you cause a fight in West Africa. And to the African Union, I'm calling the African Union to arrest Hassan Ayariga. Mr. Hassan, I'm calling on the African Union to get you arrested. Why? You made a bold statement on your TikTok live with your cohort, Nostena. And you said that there will be Biafran war again very soon, like within 1 year. And I know you have Fulani in you. When they trace your lineage, you know what I'm saying. No need to go there, you know. But fine, you're a Ghanaian. You know, because, yeah, you know. But for you to be bold, and you've lived in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria. You did school in Nigeria. For you to be bold and come out and say that there will be another Biafran war, that the president should call back all Ghanaians in Nigeria, that means there is something you know that we don't know. I think you should be arrested by the African Union, questioned. Probably you are somehow sponsoring, allegedly. You're allegedly sponsoring terrorism. You, Hassan Ayariga. And the other people, they told you that they are right behind you. Just like they told Kwekwana that they are right behind you on this lawsuit. My brother, nobody is right. They are just playing with you as you're playing with them. You think Ghanaians are stupid? Or you think Ghanaians don't have sense? Or because Hassan Ayariga president. You don't know Ghanaians, eh? They will be laughing with you because you want them to laugh with you, but they know who you really are. And it will over you. Once the law of competent jurisdiction finds you guilty, that will be the time you will know that there are laws in Ghana and they are working. And you know that the government is working. You know that the judicial system of Ghana is working. You think Ghana is some sort of a zoo? You think Ghana is some sort of... I know there are people close to you who they are alive today because they lived in Nigeria. And you're saying Eze Chukwudi sold cassette. Ask the honorable, the mighty man himself, my namesake, Nana Kwame, despite. Ask him the jobs he was doing, say, 15, 20 years ago. Ask him if he has lived in Nigeria. Ask him what he was doing before. But look at despite now. 3 of his car that he has, 3 of his classic car covers everything you own. But 20, 30 years, 15 years, 30 years ago, what was he doing? So because the man was selling cassette, he can't be rich. So how did you make your own money? The little you have. Didn't you start from somewhere? Let's forget that your dad was in power. Should there be an open, deep investigation about you? We won't find any cockroaches in your cupboard, but you want to work with Sakawa boys. I pity the Ghanaians who are listening to you. I pity any well-meaning Ghanaian who is taking you serious. I'll be in Ghana very soon. I have my family there. You know, I go to Ghana, I come to Nigeria because I'm here and I'm there. You see, when Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, inspired something that led to the Inara assassin to be inculcated in the national anthem, he wasn't just saying Ghana. What was in his mind wasn't just Ghana, though he's from Ghana, and of course Ghana is for all Ghanaians. But he meant that Africa is for we Africans, and there is no foreigner in Africa. There is no African who is a foreigner in Africa. And the earlier you get this, the better. The earlier you understand this, the better. Sometimes when you're talking you talk like you don't have teeth in your mouth. You annoy me. I'm not trying to be insulting, but you brought this on yourself. Today, even small boys on TikTok can make videos and insult you because you can't respect yourself. You see, this seed you're sowing, it will germinate. You know it will germinate. Of course, people are watering it already. It will germinate. It will grow. And you will feed out of it. Africa, let us unite. For this is our land. Peace, love, and light.